Time and again, you need to ensure that your AR application works with limited or no internet connection. This can be a warehouse in the middle of nowhere, or you just want a fully self contained solution with zero latency. This is where MultiSet's on device localization comes in. Unlike cloud localization, this works completely offline. Let me quickly tell you how does this actually work. On-device localization allows your application to determine its position and orientation by using device's processing power itself, without sending any image data to the cloud. By downloading map data and caching it locally, the device performs all localization processing internally. The on-device VPS engine leverages the device's CPU, GPU, and NPU to achieve localization performance comparable to the cloud version, but it works fully offline. With this, you get zero latency, offline capability, and a fully secure and private solution. But there are some things you should consider. So, these offline maps typically range in the hundreds of megabytes, and the performance of your application will depend on your hardware. So, newer generation iPhones will work great. So, consider storage and performance before building. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to scan maps, merge them, and create an AR application that works fully offline using MultiSet's on device localization. Support for Android is coming soon, so please stay tuned. Let's get started. Okay, so let's first start by scanning maps. So let's go to the MultiSet Mapper application. What we want to do is we want to hit the plus icon here and then create a VPS map. These are valuable instructions, so take a look at them. They will teach you how to scan, and then we are going to start recording. So what this is going to do is, just figure out textures, geometry of your scene. I've just fast forwarded this, and then yeah, this looks great. Look how it maps to things correctly, and I'm just going to call it Park 1, and I'm just going to create a draft so that I can upload it later. So let's hit continue, and then I'm going to scan one more map. So yeah, let's do this. Yep, it does a great job according to me. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to fast forward this again. Yep, I'm going to call this Park 2, and then we are going to upload this. Now let's go and set up our maps in the dashboard. Okay, this is time for map setup. Now what we are going to do is we are going to go to our developer portal, which is developer.multiset.ai, and in there we will find our maps that we just uploaded. So I'm going to open up Park 1, and if you look here, it's a very beautiful and detailed GLB. Let's check Park 2 quickly, and this looks great as well. Now what we want to do is we want to create a map set. So let's click on manual alignment, and we need to select our maps. So we will go Park 1 for the first one and Park 2, and hit continue. And I'm just going to call this parking space for now, and let's go and create map set. Hit OK, and then now you can view your map set, and then click on view maps, and this will load. Here you will see like both of your maps, but they are not properly aligned. Because we chose manual alignment, we can set this up. I prefer manual alignment because it allows me to give it gives me like a bit more control over things, which I like. So I'm going to set this up, make sure that things match. Here you will see that what I have done is, while scanning, I have made sure that my Park 1 and Park 2 overlaps. So it's ideal if your maps overlap around like 30% of the time. And then what we are going to do is we are going to just select each of the maps, and here on the left hand side click on update. Once that is done, your map should be updated successfully. Now what you want to do is just view your maps, and then you'll see, let's say, all the things that you've done is like loaded correctly. Now Let's go ahead. So now it's time to set up Unity. What we want is basically the MultiSet Unity SDK. So let's go to docs.multiset.ai, and here you will find all the information necessary for you to set up Unity. So now here you will see in the prerequisites that the very first thing you need is Unity 6. And then what you want is like valid multi-set credentials. So if you scroll down here, you will see project setup, and then okay, this is okay. Yeah, so what you want to see here is the SDK installation. There is a neat git URL trick that you can do. So here you see the URL, and so I'm just going to copy that, and once that is done, I'm going to go to Window, Package Management, and Package Manager, and I'm going to hit this plus icon here and select git URL, and then going to paste that and install that. I'm just going to make this bigger so you can see. Let this just do its thing. Once it's installed, click on samples and import the samples. This is where we will find our on-device localization scene. So I'm going to close this quickly, and then let's go to asset samples in the MultiSet SDK, and what we are looking for is the on-device localization folder. Yep, so that's the folder that we want, and it has every single thing. So now let's go back to our documentation. So inside project setup, prerequisites, you see that we want the MultiSet credentials that we want to set up. Let's go to developer portal, and on the left hand side you will see credentials. So I'm going to create a new one. So hit create new. I'm going to call this iOS on device. Let me just use camel case and then hit create, and then make sure you download this. Because this is something that you will need. So I'm going to download this. This is going to download a CSV. So I'm going to close this and open up the CSV here. Here in the CSV you will see there's client ID and client secret. So now if we go back to our scene in the MultiSet SDK manager, you will see open MultiSet configuration. Click on that, and then you will see here client ID and client secret. This is what we had in our CSV if you remember. So I'm going to copy client ID. Let me copy that. My Mac is a bit fiddly today. So copy, paste, and then I'm going to copy my client secret as well, then paste it here, and let's now verify credentials. Yeah, it should take like a second. It says that the enter credentials were correct, so that's set up now. What we want to do is let's just go back to our developer portal, and let's go back to our docs. So if I go back here, yep, so this is the docs. Now let's look at what more we want to check. So if you scroll down here inside Unity SDK, you will see that there is, let's say, a page called on-device localization. So this has like all the information for on-device localization, like if you want like more deep dive point blank information. So let's go to prerequisites. So for this on-device localization, you need an enterprise plan and then like an on-device iOS framework, which we will look in some time. But let's go and request like an offline bundle for processing that we require. So now this is what, let's say, makes it possible. Now let's go back to our developer.multiset.ai, and then what we want to do is we want to go and click on Mapset. Remember, let's say we just created one, the parking space thing. Now click on view Mapset, and then here you will see offline Mapset button. Let's click on that, and I'm going to request processing. What it does is, let's say it's going to like do its thing in the backend and give you a new file. You'll get an email saying that okay, your offline map is ready, so you can just do other things instead of just waiting and all. And then it has all the information on like where you want to download. So now what we want to do is let's go back to our developer portal here. So no, that's not, yeah, so this is the my developer portal. Okay, so it still says processing. I'm just going to close this and reload. Okay, so now let's click on offline method. Okay, so the processing is complete, and then you have like these downloadable files here. So park1, which is like the bytes file, which is like the map data itself, and there's, let's say, park2, and then download metadata file, which is also like required to um, create the pose estimation out of it. So I'm just going to download all of these. uh, like it's not really necessary to download. You can MultiSet SDK actually provides some things, like provides features where you can download it directly to your Unity, but I'm just going to download it just in case. So now let me just scroll down and see what more do we need to do. Okay, so yeah, so now we have to set up our Unity. So here you will see like we already have our on-device localization scene, right? That we opened up, and then we want to select the on-device localization manager component. So that's the manager there. And then what we want to do is under localization type, we want to select Mapset. Once that is selected, what we are going to do is we are going to scroll down here, and what we want to do is we want to find offline bundle settings, and underneath that you will find an offline bundle download mode. So here there are two options. There's like runtime and editor. I'm going to select editor. So what happens is in runtime, like it's going to download. It's going to download on the very first time. But in the editor, your map data and your metadata are going to be packaged up with your the APK or your like build itself. So now let's go back here to our developer portal, and then what we want to do is we want to see our map set and then copy a map set code. So let's go back to our on-device localization manager, and here you will see an input field saying map or map set code. You want to paste that and scroll down, and there will be a button saying get map or map set offline bundles and metadata. So this is going to download everything from your backend, so you don't really need to download the files from the dashboard or the developer portal, but you can just do it here itself. It sets up things for you. So now you see like our offline bundle status is active. What we want to do is we also want to like look at the mesh, right? So that we are able to then work in Unity. So this is the mesh that we just saw in our developer portal, and you see it looks good. It's correctly assigned and set up. So now we are technically ready to create our AR scene and put, let's say, all AR objects and stuff here. So I'm going to just quickly do that. So the next thing is going to be that. So yeah, so let's look at how to set up an AR scene here. What I'm going to do now is like quickly set up and let's say run through the whole thing. This is going to be a quick run through. I'm going to fast forward my setup because it will be just setting up things. Yeah, I have these traffic cones and stuff, and also some barricades that I got from Sketchfab. I thought it would be interesting to put things inside my parking space, because a lot of people just don't follow that. Yeah, so here now you will see all of my AR objects are inside map space, but the last one isn't. So I just need to make sure that this is inside map space, because map space is your AR anchor, or like the center of your AR scene. So everything needs to be inside that. So make sure like whatever you do, everything is inside, all of your AR objects are inside map space. Okay, so that's the scene setup. Now let's go and set up our iOS framework. So this is a file that you will get from our devs, and this is something that I've already downloaded here. So what you want to do is you want to copy this actually, and we have to bring this up into our Unity project. So let's just copy this really quickly, and then I'm going to go back to my Unity project. Inside assets in the root folder, what I want to do is I want to create a new folder called plugins. So let's create that. Yeah, once plugins is created, I'm going to copy the iOS framework folder here, and when you paste this, it will become like a framework file here, and we have to just set up some things. So the first thing what we want to do is we want to set it up as for iOS, which is because that's the platform we are building for. So just go ahead and click on iOS here and uncheck everything else. Once that is done, we want to scroll down under the iOS portal, and then we want to click on add to embedded binaries. So this is going to then package up your iOS framework into your build file. Okay, so now once that is done, hit save. We might have some errors, but that's fine, and let's now actually build this for our iOS application. So let's go to player settings, let's go to project settings, and under that let's go to player settings. I'm going to just fill in some stuff here. The company name is obviously MultiSet, so I'm just going to put that here once. Okay, so let's go to other settings, and inside other settings what we want to do is we want to just set other things. So let's scroll down, and I'm going to create a proper bundle identifier. So I'm going to call it com.multiset.onDevice, and I'm going to give it a build number. Actually, I'm usually going to keep it 0. So once that is done, I'm going to automatically sign it just for now, just so that I keep it quick. And yeah, make sure you enable ProMotion support and requires ARKit support, because that is something that we'll need for this application to run. And then let's scroll down, and I'm looking for allow unsafe code. So yeah, okay, let's click on allow unsafe code, and we want to now provide information on the the camera usage and location user description. So because this is like the sample project, or let's say the sample scene, it already has the camera user description stuff written. You just want to put location user description here. So now let's hit save, and go to XR plugin management and click on Apple ARKit. It will load, let it do its thing. Once that is done, go to build profiles, and then let's add our scene here. And then click on build. Just going to create a new folder called builds, and I'm going to choose this allow, and that's how we build our AR application. Now let's look at the AR demo in my iPhone. So okay, this looks really good. As you can see, that the localization was a success, and the objects like stick right where they are supposed to be. There's almost no displacement in the AR scene, which is exactly what we want. And my Wi-Fi is off, so this is working fully offline. And even if I move a lot, the objects stay where they are supposed to, and it feels like very real. So it's pretty good. Great. And that's how it builds. So that's the whole tutorial for on how to set up on-device localization, like in your AR application. Hopefully you found all the information necessary for you. Android support is coming soon, so please stay tuned. And for any questions and any other queries, please join our Discord. We have a good community there, like a lot of developers that help out, and our developers are constantly there supporting everyone who's building on top of MultiSet. So if you have any questions, just drop in there. You will find an answer really soon. Thank you.